All right, so then we're going to learn the halacha the Rama mentioned in Tov Ayin Aleph at the end. He says, "Mitzvah lirchotz u'legaleach be'erev Yom Tov." It's a mitzvah to take a shower and to take a haircut erev Yom Tov. And he's not talking about dafka, even though it's in Hilchas Pesach. He's not talking about dafka legale Pesach. He's talking about erev Yom Tov, any Yom Tov. How much more erev Pesach? Because people, we're going to have till Sfira, some people go till Shavuos without the haircut, so they have to get ready with the haircut at least. K'moi says, "V'lil bash begodim noim," and have a nice clothing. K'moi b'Shabbos. That's what the Ramah says. It's interesting. Many poskim don't quote this Ramah. The Levush, his Talmud doesn't quote this halacha. The Alter Rebbe does not quote this halacha. So you would wonder why don't they quote this halacha of the Ramah. Also, you could ask what has to do with dafka legabe Pesach. You could have mentioned this halacha in Hilchas Yom Tov. It talks about Yom Tov over here. Possibly that's the first Yom Tov to all Yomim Tovim, Pesach. Nisan, it's the Chodesh Elohim Rosh Chodoshim. So you mentioned over here by the first Yom Tov, which is Pesach. Akoponim, what he says over here that the mitzvah lirchotz u'legaleach, the shaila would be this year erev Yom Tov is Shabbos. So obviously, the giluach you're going to do before you take before Shabbos. Anyway, you take a shower, but there's an inyan if to do on Shabbos itself a little bit of wash off covered Yom Tov or not. So I want to talk about that, especially that a lot of people, because of misunderstanding of the halacha, when it's 3 days like this year, Shabbos and 2 days Yom Tov, a lot of people, they mamash miserable, they feel like I can't take a shower, and not only them miserable, people around them miserable. So but Evan says it's for no reason they're miserable. There is a way to wash off, to get comfortable during those 3 days. So that's why Ramo himself sends you to Hilchas Shabbos. It says, Ayen li'il reish samach v'reish samach beis. Over there it tells you how to prepare for Shabbos, but there is another place where we could go to see the halachas in Hilchas Shabbos, Hilchas Rechitza, which is, if we a little bit know the halachas of Rechitza, like I said, you can get very, very comfortable, enjoy Yom Tov, even when it's 3 days, don't feel miserable. So what, in Hilchas Shabbos, Shin Chav Vav, it says like this over there. Osur lichas kol gufa. You're not allowed to take a full shower on Shabbos. Vafilu kol ever levad. And even you're going to do, let's say, do the whole body, but you do not all, but in one shot. You go first this part, then the other part. It's also osur. Vafilu b'mayim shuchum erev Shabbos. So what's the problem? Midaraisa taka, there's no problem. But gzeras chachomim, people should not take a hot with hot water shower, because in time of Chazal, a lot of the bet houses, they saw it was very lucrative business. People used to come Shabbos, take a shower with the water that was prepared from the day before, and then a lot of people fell for it. The owners of the bet houses, they start preparing water on Shabbos, mamash chilul Shabbos. Chachamim saw that could come to a big kilkul of you. They said, no more, close the bet house. You cannot go take over there a shower in the bet house. Then it's like this. I'm not going to go to the whole thing. I'm just going to go what's nagat to us, which is in which case, in which scenario where you could do it. Then there's v'ana mila b'chama yaur. The gzer of Chazal was when we warm up, when we boil the water ourselves. Ava b'chama Tveria, let's say there is hot springs in Chama Tveria or any other place in the world that have natural hot water. He says, mutar lirchotz. Afilu kol gufa. Over there you could go inside and take a full bath, because it's the gezer of Chazal was Shema, maybe they're going to go and boil water. Over here it's hot on its own. Then there's another heter. Ve'en tzarich loymar b'tzoinen. The Mechaber says, and how much more, kal v'choyme, needless to say, cold water. So it comes out, according to this, you could, if first of all, any Shabbos for Yom Tov, we're going to see Yom Tov is similar to that. You could take a full shower with cold water, if you could. Your cold water, you should know that the Easter was on hot water, not on cold. Okay, so if you could do it, or partial shower, or full shower, as long as you know the halachas, you cannot take a hard soap, you cannot mix chita, if you're a little bit careful how you do it, so you can get comfortable, first of all, with that. Then, also what you could do, When it says over here you cannot do kol gufoi, so says the Taz, the Mogen Avrom, Vu adin roiv gufoi. So it comes out like this. If you do less than roiv gufoi, if you do half of your body, wash it off, yeah? Even with hot water, not to do boiling on Shabbos. If the hot water was prepared before Shabbos, yeah, that's going to be enough. Gaba Yom Tov. Today, when you take hot water from your hot water tank, it's going to be replaced with the cold water. You mamish boiling the water on Shabbos. That's not. But let's say you prepared hot water before Shabbos, you would be theoretically, if there's a way you could do it, you could take a partial shower as long as you don't go more than half of your body. That's mutter. And in on Yom Tov itself, here's the Machzah Shekel, we bring the Gabba Yom Tov. He says even though we're allowed to boil water on Yom Tov, not only for food, even for I'm going to read inside from the new the Kaman Kebesil, the Mutter Lochem Chomen B'Yom Tov. Lirchotz Ponov Yodov Raglov. On Yom Tov you could mamash boil water. Comes out you could open hot water on Yom Tov. What the worst can happen? You're going to replace it with cold water? On Yom Tov you're allowed to do that for Lirchotz Ponov Yodov Raglov. Not full body, as long as you don't go more than 50%, you just wash off some parts of the body. Aval Shar Evorim Osur. The Beinin B'Yom Tov Dover HaShovel L'Chol Nefesh. What we are allowed to do, if Mitor Shehuter Achila Uter L'Chol Dover Tzorich Nefesh, it's mamash equal, everybody needs it. So Kol Gufa, it's not, it says Enoshe L'Chol Nefesh. Osir Chashar Evorim B'Chamen Shum B'Yom Tov. However, a partial Pon of Yodav Raglov, yeah? Pon of Yodav Raglov, you're allowed to even, you to do on Yom Tov. So it's like this. So when the 3 days Yom Tov, instead of feeling miserable, and others going to feel miserable, so you could change, you could take a cold shower, full body, you get a partial shower, not on Shabbos, again, unless you have water prepared before Shabbos, you could take, Shabbos you could do too, you could take from the hot urn some water, mix with some cold water, and then wash yourself a little bit, as long as it's not, you don't wash more than 50% of your body, it's allowed to. And on Yom Tov itself, you could use the hot water for Ponav Yodov Ragla, for face, hand and feet, and this way you can get comfortable, you don't have to feel miserable on Yom Tov, this way you have a little bit more, you love the Yom Tov, you don't hate it, that's 3 days, and this way everybody gets comfortable. Okay.
My wife's grandmother